Hi everyone, I hope you're having an amazing day so far. In today's video, we are traveling from Tenerife to the Gran Canaria. Gran Canaria is another island on the Canary Islands. It is the second most populous island after Tenerife, and we are driving to the port from where we will be taking a ferry to travel to Gran Canaria. So it was time for us to say bye bye to Tenerife and go on another adventure. So this is our ferry. It is just arriving and it is going to park in a very short time. This was quite a big ferry. I think a lot of cars and actually trucks even did go inside. So this is the ferry parking, and first the passengers who were already on the ferry were deboarding, and after that we were going to board. After they set up ramp, it was quite a long road and there were a lot of people traveling. The inside of the ferry was really nicely arranged. It was very neat and clean, and there were three sections of the ferry, which we have chosen is closer to the gate, which will be easy for us to deboard. We are just finding our seats here. It was a 1 hour 10 minutes ferry, so there was not a lot of option for full course meal but snacks, and I grabbed some and also an extra cup to share. I have traveled in ferries before actually, but nothing of this height or of this size. So this is me just exploring how the ferry is moving forward. Previously, I did not have a good experience on a ferry because it was small and the weather was also a little difficult on that day. And I did not have a good experience, but this time I was really looking forward to it, seeing that it was so big. You can see that I am just a little wobbly in my walk because the ferry is moving. This ferry I liked. There were a lot of activities for children. So this is a kids play area, and it was very nicely decorated. There were not many kids on board, but I would have wanted to see how they are enjoying this place. This was a small store within the ferry, so if you want to buy something you can. And this was the cafeteria. I liked how the chairs were arranged. They were not side by side, they were just like in a normal cafe. There were actually two cafeterias. This was the bigger one and there's another smaller one in the front side of the ferry. So now I'm just moving to that area. Now this ferry has a very interesting section which is dark. So in case you want to sleep on the ferry, you can take your seat in that particular section and you can sleep throughout. So that is a no light area. Everyone was sleeping in that section. So now I am just moving towards the head of the ferry. So we wanted to actually move to this section, but there were not a lot of people and few of them were quite elderly and they were also resting. So we decided we'll just stay where we are. So this is the front deck of the ferry. And the island that you see in the distance is actually Gran Canaria. Even though it seems quite near, it is not. The view from the front was spectacular, and because there were not many people in this area, I also took some time to walk through it, and I'm just showing it to all of you. So here I am just looking at the waves. Now this what you're seeing here is the ramp that is used for loading all of the bigger vehicles onto the ferry, like trucks and cars. Here I am just going to the back of the ferry. So there is a top deck as well, but the normal passengers are not allowed to go. That's for the crew. And here there were a few lifeboats, I think. in this section, and we were not allowed to again go further than this, so I'm just going where I'm allowed to go. And we found another armas, so that is the another ferry from the same company as the one we are taking. And this is just me loving the sunshine. We have just arrived at Gran Canaria, and this is also the port area. From here we have to take a bus to go into the main city. I'm really hurrying up here because the buses leave on specific timings and we were a little bit short, so I'm trying to also record at the same time. First impressions, I would say the Gran Canaria looked a lot more commercial than Tenerife. Tenerife seems more like a very touristy place. Gran Canaria, on the other hand, had office buildings, really big apartments, and all of those kind of structures. So we had to walk for quite some time before we could reach the bus station, and the bus station is actually underground. So here we are waiting for some time. We missed the last bus, so we are taking some time here. So there was some kind of a market here, and today was the last day. We could not explore any of the shops. You see the elevator there, that is going to take us to the bus station. In Tenerife, there were not many buses or public transport, but here the buses are quite frequent, and this bus was fully packed, so we had to wait in line and board it. We finally boarded the bus and we started our journey towards our hotel. The video is not very clear because there were sun protectors on the window, but I've tried to capture as much as I can. Like I said, this seemed more commercial, so you can see a lot of buildings which have very different structures than what we saw at Tenerife. This was a really big office, I think. And then once we moved away from the city, this was a little more rugged, this area was quite similar to Tenerife, but there were still a lot of warehouses and very big construction sites. And we were just moving through all of that. We finally reached our hotel, and it was around 3:34ish, I think, and sun was almost setting. We were staying at the Blue Bay Beach Club. Wow, that's a tongue twister, I just noticed. And it was a sea facing hotel, so we got a really nice view of the sunset. So far, coming to Gran Canaria was very easy, and we did not have a lot of trouble, although we did miss one bus, but that's all right. A lot of things do happen on a trip. We wanted to rest the first day and did not go out, just enjoyed the sunset. With that beautiful view of the sunset, it is time for me to end today's vlog. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Also, don't forget to click on the bell icon for notifications of my latest uploads. See you all in another video. Till then, bye bye and take very good care of yourself.